Hello everyone, and welcome to our weekly how-to video. My name is Lori McNorton, Floral Design Coordinator for Florist Review and Super Floral, and today I want to share with you a simple little arrangement. We're going to make a pomander ball made out of Gypsophila or baby's breath. Danziger Dan sent in this beautiful cosmic gyp, so that's what we're going to use. So this is kind of where we're going to, so I thought I'd kind of do different steps. So what I do, I don't go out and buy the little sphere. I just take my little piece of leftover floral foam and I kind of cut it around a little bit. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but I just cut off those hard edges. There we have it. This will be perfect. And this way you also can kind of determine the size of the ball. And this is plenty big for this size, which is plenty big for a little flower girl, if that's what you're going to use this for. So I'm going to take wax string and I'm just going to kind of make a simple grid. So all I'm doing is going around, twist it, and everything's coming back to this point. So I do this 8 times. And I'm going to cut this off. And the reason I do this, it kind of holds the oasis together. So I'm going to tie this off. I'm also going to go in between here, a couple of these strings, which I'm trying to make it so you can see that. Just kind of helps secure a little bit more. Tie that off. And there we have it. That's the base of our ball. So then I'm going to take this gyp and I'm not going to take a lot of time. I'm just cutting those ends off. And what I'll do when I'm making these is just make a big pile, because I don't want to be stopping, cutting up 2 or 3 pieces, stopping again. So I'll just take the whole stem, because it does take a little bit. And there we have it. So we'll start with that. I have my floral adhesive here. And at first, when I start this, I'm just going to put a little dab and glue this in. Now, I don't feel like you have to glue every piece of gyp in. Once you get this started, you shouldn't have to. So like I said, I'll just work this in my hands so I can definitely get that shape, the shape that I want, round. So I've put in a few stems, then I might go back in and use the glue on a couple more. This, as long as you get a good insertion into the foam. Now that I've got this layer, I might, again, just get a couple pieces with the glue and add more. And these little pieces, like I have some that are very small, go ahead and insert those in, and then you'll take your larger pieces and come out, and that will kind of fill that in. All right, so we're just going to continue going around and around till we have this. And I've left this here. It doesn't hurt to lay it down. It's not going to smash it. The gyp is pretty resilient. This happens too. I get it on the table. That's what I'm going to use. So be sure and clean it so it doesn't get all over everything else. Okay, so I think I've got this pretty good. This is my string still. And once we get it done, we can go in and trim. Like if I have a long piece there, I'll just take my scissors and trim it off. So, but there we have our ball. Now let's accessorize. We're going to make a handle. We're going to include the handle on this. Let's get this out of the way. And this is where this string comes into play. So I'm going to use a double satin ribbon. I'm just going to lay that across there. I think we're right here. I'm just going to tie that in. Cut that off. And there is our handle. Now, since I did the blue, I have this beautiful Delphinium Blossoms. So again, I'm just going to cut those off, a few of those. These you have to be a little bit more careful than the jip. Okay, so I have a few of those. Again, just a dab of glue and work those in. Well, come on. Okay. And you can put as many as you want. And you can do this with rose petals. You can do it with any little blossom. Just a couple more. Kind of pick this up, twirl it around, and see where we might need one. Really not going to see the bottom, but we might put one so it looks as though we've done the bottom. Okay, so there's that. Then if we wanted to add a final touch, I've got the same double face ribbon, just a little thinner. And I'm just going to add a couple tails. So I'm just going to take my pieces here, take a piece of wire, off. A little bit of adhesive there. Kind of find my bottom, glue that in. And then if you'd like, let's just take a couple pieces out of there. This is going back a little bit. We used to do this all the time. We don't anymore. But what's old is new, right? So I'm just going to take a couple pieces here. I'm just going to do 2 of them. And all I'm doing is tying that on. And if you wanted to, add a little blossom to that as well. pulled it up a little bit with the tails. There, so you might be able to see. But what little girl wouldn't be precious walking down the aisle with something like this? There you have it.